Next, we're going to install some antivirus software on our server. And this is a good thing because eventually we'll be hosting Windows clients' home directories on our server through Samba. And so we want to make sure that we're scanning those directories for viruses. The one that we'll be using is called ClamAV. And I'll do a yum info ClamAV or ClamD. We're actually going to get the daemon. And here we get some basic information about the package that we'll be downloading, and this link will allow us to actually go out to the ClamAV site where we can find more documentation if we need it. And while we're here, we'll also get a virus test file. And this is just a generic file that will register positive as a virus even though it's not. It just has some unusual code in it. You can click down here and see it comes down and says it is malicious, even though it isn't. We'll keep that. We'll close out of this. And now what we'll do is actually go out and install ClamD. This will take a minute. I'll be right back once it's done. So Clam is done installing. We just have to go through and make sure that it'll always start up as a service. So we'll do a check config ClamD on, and we'll make sure to turn it on. And then what we'll do is we'll actually start it right now. So we'll do an etc init.d ClamD start. And it comes up, gives us a little warning that our database is older than 7 days. We need to actually update our antivirus database. And we can do that by running the fresh clam command. So fresh clam will actually go out there and update the database for us. We'll go ahead and do that. This will take a few minutes. I'm going to pause here, and when it's done, I'll come back. So the database has finished updating. It took a little bit of time. And what we'll do next is switch over to this window, and what we'll do is actually run a Clam Scan. That's the command we use to actually scan for viruses. And in this case, we're saying to run Clam Scan, we're going to do it in verbose mode, look for infected files, remove those files, and do it recursively in this home directory right here. So let's press that and let it go through its scan of the system. And it'll take a minute or two to finish. You should see it kick up, and here we go. This is the verbose part going through. And what we should see at the end is it did find some infected files, and sure enough, right there, it found our little test file. So that's setting up Clam Scan. What we'll do next is set it up to automatically check for viruses on a regular basis. We'll schedule Clam Scan to scan the home directories of the Windows users.